Hello, I'm Avaris, and today I want to play a very particular game. Ta-da! This is Pre-Odyssey, Odysseus, Penelope, and her ducks. Apparently it's an otome. It's got a cool little summary, and apparently Penelope's got some ducks. There she is! It's Penelope! She looks so cute! We've got Odysseus, of course, and ducks. Lots of cool features. Anyway, it looked neat, so I figure we'll take a little gander. If you move the mouse around, the picture moves. That's so cool looking. Nice. Pre-Odyssey, Odysseus, Penelope, and her ducks. Consider extras. We don't have it yet. Why did I even say yes to Uncle Tindarius? Quack. Alright, fine. It's my fault I couldn't say no. Maybe it's not that bad. At least I don't have to see Father. It's just that I'm not comfortable with unfamiliar places. Everyone just looks at us all weird here. At home, they ignore us. Quack. Oh, you too, huh? Didn't I tell you already why we're here? You know Helen, my cousin? She's very, extremely pretty, so kings and princes kept coming over to ask for her. I heard she's been upset, so Uncle called me and my sisters over. But we're not really familiar with each other. Besides, she doesn't like you guys being around. Hey, no swearing. She's still my cousin. As I thought, I shouldn't have bothered coming here. Is that the duck saying this? Or is this Odysseus saying it, and we just haven't learned his name yet? The poor lady is swarmed by those men. Quite pitiable, if you ask me. The young man turned around, only to see a sight to behold. Yeah, I assume it's Odysseus then. His face! What am I looking at? So cute! Hang on. The art just seems so pretty. I'm just gonna get rid of me for this little playthrough here. Just so we can appreciate all the ducks and the cuteness going on. Between Helen and me, I'd say she's like a beautiful, majestic swan, while I'm just a mangy little duck next to her. Oh, sorry, that's not what I meant. You guys are great. Ducks are great. Is she being swarmed by ducks? She seems to be communicating with them even. And the ducks in turn reply and seemingly listen to the girl. Almost as though they really were initiating a conversation. How surreal. I wonder if there's a duck prince or a duck king, and then they turn into a handsome man with a kiss. Is there any one of you like that? The girl turned her head and caught sight of the man who'd been watching her. She pulled her veil over her face. What a handsome man. Penelope then whispered to her ducks. Oh no, he caught me talking to the ducks! He must be one of Helen's suitors. Oh, that's true. If he's courting your cousin, then, yeah, no point worrying about him at all. The birds nudged her with their heads. Approach him? But should I? Say hi. Duck out on this one. Ooh. I think we should go ahead and say hi. No, they're right. I should toughen up more. Being here and all, it's a nice opportunity to meet new people. Hold on, but what do I say? I can't just walk up to him for no reason, right? Right? The girl took in deep breaths just to ready herself. Alright, we can do this. And she turned around. Too close. Surprised, she almost tripped. Hello there. Are you alright? Thankfully, he managed to catch her. He's holding my hand. I don't smell like duck right now, do I? With her head filled with useless thoughts, the girl could only nod in response. Oh, that's good. Sorry about that. Huh? No, it's fine. I mean, I'm fine. Yes, I'm okay. Great first impression, Penelope. Go me. Sarcasm. You don't have to be nervous around me. Who's nervous? Not me. Definitely not me. Right. I'm not convincing, am I? Gosh, I love his cute little expression. Not in the slightest. I want to go home. I'm Odysseus. Might I have the pleasure to hear your name? The man, or rather, Odysseus said, as he held his hand out for a handshake. Huh? Oh, you may call me Penelope. She smiled, returning his gesture. Penelope, such a pretty name. Yes. Honestly, she's not very fond of her name. For various reasons. Anyway, I just came over since I couldn't help but notice the sight of you and your ducks. Watching you talk to ducks attracted my attention. Huh? Did he just call me attractive? No, he didn't. But we'll leave her to misunderstand. So, I was wondering, what's with the ducks? At that, the ducks, who all had kept quiet, suddenly started quacking. Almost as if they wanted their presence to be known. Ah, they're my friends. These little guys always follow me around. It's been like that since I was a kid. At that, one of the ducks leaped into her arms. They're good kids. I see. Wait, did I just say what I did? He must think I'm a freak, a duck weirdo. While Penelope was wallowing in self-induced despair, the man had picked up one of the ducks and cradled it in his arms. Fascinating. They really are well behaved. At that comment, the duck in his arm held their head up as if showing off. Aw, who's a good boy? You are. Yes, you are. He began stroking the duck, which the bird seemed to enjoy. Having seen this sight, Penelope, who had been forgotten, perked up. Ah, he's not making fun of me. Odysseus seems like a nice man. That little one says he likes you. Huh? So you really can understand what they're saying? Eh? Am I digging my own grave again? No, Odysseus is nice, I think. I mean, I had literally only known him for a few minutes, but I feel like I could trust him. Yes, I've always understood their quacks. She finally replied. It's not weird, is it? Well, yes, it's very weird. What happened to my trust in you, Odysseus? You're very fascinating. I like you. Huh? Oh my goodness! Penelope.exe stopped working. At that, the duck he was cradling suddenly started biting him. Ow, ow! And the ducks below started attacking him with tackles and pecks. Fine, sorry, I won't bully Penelope anymore, alright? At that quack, all of them stopped. I swear I could feel you all glaring at me. He whimpered while stroking the angry duck he was holding. Sorry about that. Looks like they went wild after I blanked out. It's fine. I didn't think they'd be protective of you. Well, they're my best friends. My only friends, but who doesn't need to know that? I see. You mustn't have many friends then. That's mean! Even if it's true. I mean, he's right, but that was still mean. Cue in another duck attack. What did I do this time? Don't tell me I was right. You don't have Ow, ow, ouch. Quack! He got what was coming for him. Guys, it's fine. You don't have to keep attacking him. Quack. Thank you for the backup. With that, he set the duck down. You didn't have to thank me for that. Well, as much as I'd like to continue chatting, I have some business to attend to. I may have gotten some duck bites, but this was fun. I'll drop by here again tomorrow. See ya. What? Before she could get her words out, the man had left her sight. He's fast. Tomorrow, huh? At that quack, she turned to the duck on her arm. Oh, it's nothing. Come, it's almost time for lunch. Business. Right. He probably went off to Helen. The next day. The lone girl gracefully walked along the hall. With a trail of ducks quacking behind her. She almost seemed like a mother duck followed by her little ducklings. People whispered in the background, "Isn't that the child of Prince Icarius? I hear that she's mad. Such beauty is wasted on her. Why is she being followed by those birds? Is she a witch?" But the girl simply continued walking. She had long learned to ignore gossip. She had her ducks, after all. Penelope had always told herself that they're all the friends she needed. Or perhaps she was simply too distracted to bother with those today. I wonder if I'll ever see Odysseus today. He said he'll drop by again. Ah yes, the gossips definitely flew by her. Oh, but would he really? Should I be seeing him like this? Won't it hurt his chances with Helen? Penelope, great timing. Speak of the devil. Am I dragging him down? But Penelope didn't seem to have noticed the one occupying her head. Penelope. He might end up being called Duck Boy. Oh no, we can't have that. Grease to Penelope. Maybe I should stop seeing him for his own good. Penelope, quick, help me hide. Yeah! Whoa, it's just me. What? Okay, no more questions, just hide me. Make him quack up the situation first, or help him. Oh, I want to check out all these duck buns at some point, but if he's asking for help, sure, fine. As requested, Penelope pulled Odysseus to a bush outside. Guys, surround the bush. She told the ducks, who immediately crowded Odysseus' hiding spot. What's going on? Why are we doing this? We heard someone scream. Just then, two unfamiliar figures sprinted right over to Penelope's direction. Oh, that was me. I, almost tripped. I hope you're fine, the taller man asked with concern. He had chestnut brown hair and amethyst-colored eyes. His body seemed well built. The other one had short black hair and brown eyes. He had the same stature as Odysseus, or at least seemed to. Both of them were wearing simple white tunics. Yes, I am. Thank you for asking. Good. The black-haired one nodded and then looked around. It didn't really take long for the man to lock onto the peculiar duck bush. They were menacing. Oh, it looks like JoJo. Sound effects. Or maybe just manga. Looks good, though. The man let out a nervous laughter before turning his attention back to the girl. Yeah, no, those ducks are bad news. Anyway, have you seen someone pass by here? Our companion, brown hair, about this length. He went on to gesture around his shoulder, similar to Odysseus' hair. Red eyes. Yes, scary red eyes, impossible to miss. He added in deadpan. Have you seen him? Huh? Her eyes unconsciously trailed towards the bush's direction. Quack on him. Lie like a pro. No, I haven't seen him at all. You've never seen a guy who looks like that. Definitely not. Yeah, no idea where Odysseus is at all. He's definitely not in that bush, I promise. He passed by. He ran this way. She pointed further along the hallway. Yes, he bumped into me earlier. That's why I screamed. He was the one who made me scream. That part wasn't a lie. The The two looked at each other almost as though they were doubtful. Run along now. You might lose him. Her smile made them step back for a moment. Both nodded before finally following the direction she pointed toward. Ugh, that was nerve-wracking. Sorry that I made you deal with those two. Oh, it's fine. They were nice. They were worried about me. Those jerks. Hey, I'm not scary, am I? Huh? No? So yeah, they're jerks. Stupid Ajax. Stupid Antilochus. He nodded to himself sagely. Thanks for cooperating with me back there. I could tell that you struggled with lying. You didn't need to point that out. Why were you running away from them anyway? Because they wanted to drag me off to drink in broad daylight. I'm fine if it was only that, but we all know they just wanted to complain about their love life. They got dumped by Helen like sad sack of olives, you see. Sounds like you three are good friends. She chuckled. Did you even listen to me talk? Yes, and you seem like you have a great relationship. What part of what I said made it sound like we're friends? Oh, am I being presumptuous? You sounded fond of them, so I thought... It's not like I have friends, so I really wouldn't know. Sorry, I guess I was mistaken. Right. You don't have other friends, huh? You didn't have to point that out. Cue in another duck attack. Ow, ow, okay, I'm sorry. I was just ruffling her feathers. That's even meaner. Well, you better get used to it. That's how friends are. Sometimes. So I wouldn't say that you were wrong about those guys earlier. Wait. Penelope.exe is loading. Are you implying that we're friends? Huh? Yeah, aren't we already? I mean, sure, I guess you're a different kind of friend compared to the blockheads who stick with me. But you're a man and I'm... Huh? You're friends with ducks. Odysseus spoke in a very monotone voice. Well, yes. So what's wrong with being friends with me? Well... She's not really sure why she kept searching for an excuse. It's likely because of her non-existent social skills. I mean, you only came here for Helen anyway. As a result, she ended up quacking the first thing from the top of her head. Oh no, did I just... It's over! Never in her life did she want to disappear so badly. Unfortunately, her legs seemed to have frozen up, so she couldn't even run away. You were worrying about that? Don't laugh. I only came here because I was curious about this most beautiful woman in the world. But I knew from the start that I stood no chance anyway. I just joined the bandwagon as an excuse to take a vacation. I'm not interested in Helen. I didn't even bring a gift. You should have seen the look on your uncle's face when he learned that I came empty-handed. Not that he accepted any of the other gifts. Really, I'm just a curious onlooker here. Oh. Somehow, his words had lifted the burden on her chest. Penelope had never felt this relieved. Wait, why am I relieved? So, are you satisfied now? Well, she wanted to say, it's not like something like this would satisfy me or anything. But she had no guts to pull off a tsundere act. Won't you be troubled if you were associated with me? She didn't have the best reputation after all. And that was putting it lightly. You're worried about that? Let people say what they want, think what they want. If they have any complaints, direct them to the king of Ithaca and see if they'll still talk. Who? Odysseus pointed to himself. Me, I'm the king of Ithaca. Don't tell me you didn't know who you were talking to. Oh right, Helen's suitors are kings and princes. Of course Odysseus would be either one. Helen herself was the daughter of the Spartan king, Tyndareus. Or, well, stepdaughter? It's a long story. Even I knew that you're daughter of Prince Icarius, at least. Then... She finally continued biting her lips. Then if you're fine with being hounded by ducks... Are you kidding? I'm more than okay with these guys. He reached reached out to one of them and stroked the bird's head. Seeing the gesture, the other ducks began surrounding him, seemingly hoping for a pet as well. I love these guys. Besides, if it weren't for them, we probably wouldn't be talking like this. Ah, it's gotten noisy, huh? He said quietly. Penelope could only nod, and Odysseus smiled. And that was how we became friends. Ever since then, while the other suitors continued to try and woo Helen, Odysseus would instead spend time with Penelope. The two would just talk, tell each other stories, but mostly play with ducks. Have you heard about Atalanta? Of course I have. She was raised by bears, wasn't she? Correct. Abandoned by her father at birth, raised by bears, and joined a group of hunters. Abandoned by her father. How sad. She was most known for being part of the Caledonian boar hunt, as well as a member of the Argonauts. Argonauts? Didn't you mention that your father was part of that too? Haha, you remembered. He was also part of the boar hunt. So you know, he told me this story about that one time at Atalanta. Odysseus was especially good at telling stories, and he had a lot to tell. Penelope would always listen to him with keen interest. Whenever they spent their time together, it was almost as if they were in their own world. However, all good things must come to an end. And then too, sir, the number of suitors have significantly dwindled. So he and Ajax. Does that mean once Helen has chosen a husband, Odysseus will have to go home? Ditched us, and we found them. No, wait, I have to go home. Can you believe they did that? It's not like I can bring him home with me. Hold on, why would I think about bringing him home? Odysseus' voice was drowned in the sea of her thoughts. Hey, are you listening? Eep! When did you get so close? Oh, so you really weren't listening. Guys, she's so mean, right? He turned to the ducks, asking for their validation. See, even Duckamedes agrees. Actually, that little one said, don't ask me. And when did he give them names? Recently, Odysseus had been trying to converse with her ducks. Emphasis on trying. He'd get them wrong 99% of the time. Penelope never corrected him, so he probably thought he was getting it right. So tell me, what's bothering you? Huh? Did the duckies mess your bed this morning? The birds flapped their wings in protest. Lies and slander! Hey, it's a joke. The ducks seemed offended, but they let him go this time. Should I tell him? Tell him, don't tell him. What are we supposed to be telling him or not telling him? History. I think we're just telling him that he's getting it wrong. Well, we have the back button. What happens if we tell him? Does he get super offended? It's about Helen. Oh, go on. Do you think she's any close to picking a suitor? Yeah, my bet is Menelaus. Oh, then Odysseus will be going soon. You don't have to worry about your cousin or uncle actually making a choice anytime soon, though. Penelope blinked. Huh? Why? Let's put it this way. What will happen to the other suitors who had put much effort and resources in courting her and her father? Give the winner a pat to the back? Backstab. Clearly the answer. I don't know if it's in Penelope's character to know about that, but I'm gonna answer it anyway. They would get upset? And? They would bear a grudge? Maybe toward Uncle, or the one who got picked? You got it, smart girl. It's not that much. Anyway. Is that why Uncle refuses to accept the gifts they've brought? Odysseus nodded. Otherwise, it will just heat up the already volatile competition. In addition to that, it's not just your cousin on the line here. The throne of Sparta is also up for grabs through marriage with her. It's more complicated than I initially thought, huh? You're also very much involved in these throne games, you know? What was that? Don't mind me. Okay. So then, is there any chance Helen would pick you? Me? No way. I pretty much don't even exist as far as she's concerned. Didn't I tell you? I came here not expecting anything. But you're... fun, handsome, all of the above. Exit the conversation. No, but you're so fun, but you're so handsome. All of the above. Actually, yes. Does this just lead to Penelope, like, just gushing about Odysseus and how cool he is? I'm curious. You're fun to be around. You're handsome and you're also charming. I'm sure many others would want to get close to you. I didn't know you thought that well of me. Although I'd say the opposite is true for the others. Most would rather not associate with the King of Ithaca. Huh? Why? Well, anyway. He laughed nervously. I didn't expect to hear you flirt with me like this. Internal scream! I was. Even your ducks agree. The one time he just had to get them right. Oh, look, it's getting dark. She spoke in quick succession. We have to get going. See you. Hey, wait. He followed her and grabbed Penelope as soon as he caught up. Oh no, CG! I'll walk you to your place. It's okay, I can go on my own. Besides, don't you have any other business to attend to? None at all. That's why I'm offering to walk you back. Aren't you a king? Shouldn't you have work to do? I'm on vacation. I already hear enough nagging back home. As you should. Aw, I thought we were friends. Didn't you say friends can be mean to each other sometimes? You're learning from me, huh? You're supposed to be the nice friend. I can play mean if I want. Then I guess I'll play nice next time. You've always been nice, even when you're being mean. Huh? Oh, really? And then silence. The area where they were at was rather secluded, and since it was getting late, there wasn't really anyone around. Even the ducks in the background remained quiet as they watched. If their feathery companions could talk, they would have screamed, "Just kiss already!" The awkward silence between them was almost unbearable, if not for the occasional soft whispers of the wind or the frequent chirps of insects and birds. Penelope. Just then, a deep voice broke through the silence. Both their attention immediately snapped toward the new arrival. Father! Penelope froze. The man was of towering height, about a head and a half taller than Odysseus. He had the same hair color as Penelope, with hair tied to the back and length that rested a little past his shoulders. The wrinkles on his face reflected his age, coupled with the bushy facial hair that covered them. His eyes were sharp and unwelcoming, dark and deep blue like the ocean. Oh, Icarius, Ooh, love the animation they've done here. Before Odysseus could finish his words, the man had marched by Penelope's side, pushed Odysseus away, and pulled the girl behind him. The girl quivered at his presence. To untrained eyes, it may seem like the ducks were just being noisy ducks, but to both Penelope and Odysseus they could tell that the birds had become agitated. They never really liked father. What were you planning to do with my daughter? Hold on. Aren't you the King of Ithaca, Odysseus? Looks like my reputation precedes me. Penelope, we're going. Huh? But... And you. He pointed at Odysseus. Don't come near my daughter again. Prince Icarius immediately pulled his daughter with him, without letting her make a single peep. Yikes, I'm hated, huh? Below, a duck was pecking on his foot. What's up, little guy? Follow you? The duck waddled. Alright, let's see what's up. Penelope hung her head low throughout their trip back to her room. The father and daughter didn't talk at all until they reached the place. Penelope, stay away from that man, you hear? Finally, she lifted up her head. Why? Odysseus is... Even though the girl had always obeyed her father, she found herself answering back. Honestly, it took her all just to speak a word in front of him. Just listen to me, all right? You know that I want nothing more but your safety. She flinched. He continued speaking without regard to the girl's words. Anyway, it's getting late. I'll send your dinner in a bit. Then you'd better tuck in for the night. Protest or nod my head? I think either way, he's just used to getting his way, but we're gonna protest, because that's silly. Penelope steeled herself. Odysseus was her first friend. She couldn't stand how her father acted toward him. Father, you were rude to Odysseus. We should apologize to him tomorrow. Penelope! He raised his voice, which made the girl freeze. Just be a good girl and listen to your father. Do as I say. I'll get you whatever you want once we get home, so just behave yourself. The man spoke sweetly, but the girl didn't feel comfort from his words. In fact, she felt the opposite, discomfort. Good night, dear. And with that, he shut the door. She may not have noticed it herself, but Penelope had held her breath until the man's footsteps completely disappeared. I wonder how Odysseus is doing. How am I going to face him after that? Penelope chuckled at the duck's response. Thanks. Yes, I guess he'll brush it off like usual, huh? I do wonder why Father was especially hostile toward him. Penelope sat by her bedside and sighed. Earlier, she was just worrying about not seeing Odysseus again because they'd both have to go home eventually. But she didn't expect her father to find them in the way he did and be opposed to seeing each other completely. He did always try to fend off men from coming near me. Somehow, things had gone from not that bad to actually bad. Even though she had other sisters, her father was especially protective of her. In the eyes of many, Penelope would be considered as Prince Icarius' favorite daughter. Just then, she heard a tapping sound coming from the window. Oh? Why are you outside? One of the ducks was knocking on her window. Penelope got up to let the bird in. Down here! Below was Odysseus, waving at her. Odysseus? She gasped in a hushed voice. The man looked around, making sure that no one was nearby, and then started scaling the walls up to her room. They are a regular Romeo and Juliet going on here. I love it. Odysseus, what are you... Shh, just keep quiet. He winked as he climbed up one of the building's pillars. Phew. Actually, that was easy. The man wiped an imaginary sweat off his forehead. What are you doing here? You'll get in trouble if they catch you. He just shrugged. I always get in trouble. More importantly, I couldn't have just left you like that. You looked like you were about to cry. I did? Yes. Odysseus nodded, holding out his hands to cup her cheeks. Even right now, you look like you're about to cry. Now you look red as an apple. Just pick one. Do you want to be sweet or do you want to tease? Well, I hope you feel better now. Thank you for coming over. It's nothing. If anything, I feel like I'm the one intruding here. And I apologize about my father. He can be oversensitive sometimes. Well, he was overbearing. But don't sweat it. Besides, it's not like I haven't heard about him. It's widely known that Prince Icarius dotes on his favorite daughter. I just didn't know that it was you out of your sisters, he said playfully, booping her nose with his finger. Penelope shoved his hand away. Favorite, right. Well, I've got to go before I end up getting busted and kicked out of here. Odysseus gave the girl a single gentle pat on the head. If I don't see you at the garden tomorrow, you better get this window ready again. At that comment, the girl perked up. All right. There we go. The sunshine smile I wanted to see. Take care of her, guys. He added, addressing his words to the ducks. And with that, he climbed down from her window. Penelope watched from her room as he waved one last time before scurrying off. Tomorrow I have to figure out how to slip out.